So I'm just going to make this one quick and straight to the point. I want to talk about the MP, Jess Phillips. She is the MP for Birmingham Yardley. She's Labour MP and she's been in office since the 2015 election. She has a majority of 6,395, which is about average, I think, in terms of as majorities go. If you're from outside the UK, a majority just means the number of votes over whoever she defeated in a general election. Um, yeah, so Jess Phillips has come out and said that Jeremy Corbyn should prevent all male candidates from standing. There should be no male candidates in order to get more women into Parliament. There should just be no male candidates. Um, this is not surprising coming from Jess Phillips. Jess Phillips has a long track record of blatantly misandrist statements. Um, she done she was featured in part of a documentary. Well, actually, it wasn't a documentary. I think it was a Channel 4 feature, and she was going around. It was one of these sort of conversation formats. We get two people with opposing views, kind of talking about things. So she was with the Conservative Jacob Rees-Mogg, and he was asking her about her thoughts on Jeremy Corbyn, and she said this was around the time of the 2015 election. She said it was a disgrace that the Labour Party had a white middle-aged man as leader. Later on, as an MP, she appeared in a committee discussing the plausibility of recognising International Men's Day and using that as an opportunity to discuss issues that disproportionately impact men. Her response to the committee, which she was part of, was ridicule, to laugh at it, and to play the victimhood narrative. She argued that because she was the only woman, she felt the idea was therefore absurd. Because she was the only woman in the committee, she was trying to make a case that poor Jess Phillips was the victim. And then she's come out with this. So when I look at all of this, I cannot help but feel this is a woman that is driven by bitterness towards men. She's blatantly sexist. I mean, I don't know how anyone can rationally argue otherwise. How can you rationally argue that saying someone should be prevented from standing for office because of their gender, that isn't a sexist position? Of course it is. It's despicable. And what I find frustrating about this is you can be damn sure if a male MP said something similar, he would be kicked out of office. He would be hounded out of office tomorrow. Jess Phillips gets a pass on sexism because she's a feminist. It's as simple as that. Why? I mean, firstly, I hope Corbyn doesn't cave into her demands. Secondly, I hope she loses her seat in the general election that's coming up. It's not that I particularly want a Conservative take her seat. I'd like a Liberal to take her seat. Or an Independent. Just anyone but Jess Phillips. I want to see her knock down a peg or two. Because she obviously believes that being in the position of an MP gives her a free rein to come out with these blatantly sexist statements. And I'm sick of hearing from her. And one thing that I've noticed about Jess Phillips is she always plays the victim whenever she's challenged. So she'll talk about these angry MRA trolls coming onto her, office website and so on. Well, firstly, I've never condoned, sending threats against anyone or anything like that. But I strongly believe that Jess Phillips is the sort of person who will play the sexism card whenever she doesn't get her own way. I think she's a despicable individual, actually. Um, and I want to see her knocked down a peg or two. I think she is sowing division. I think she is sowing anti-male sentiments. And I think she's basically despicable, just like any other bigot is despicable. If there was a male MP coming out and trying to justify rape or domestic violence against women, I would condemn him. And there has been a few examples of that over the years. But there's a big difference where male MPs have said disgraceful things. They have rightly been condemned and called out for it. Jess Phillips gets away with everything. Why? A, because she's a woman, and B, because she's a feminist. It's a fact. I defy anyone to say that isn't the case. So yeah, I want to see her lose her seat. I don't hate her, but I don't like her, and I think she is a negative force in politics. And the point is, she is a legislator, so she's in a position of power. Um, I think she's got very arrogant. I think that she believes because she's an elected MP, she can say whatever she wants, and not be held to account. And she could be right because so far she's got away with it. Jeremy Corbyn's an embattled leader, so he's not really in a position to, for example, discipline her, although I think he should. I think any leader of any party who has an MP that is blatantly sexist should be calling them out. I don't think it's a case that they should get away with it because they're a woman. I mean, why does female sexism get a free pass? It's bullshit. And it makes me angry, to be quite honest. And this is not because I'm an angry MRA. I just detest the double standards of it. It's not fair. It's just not right. So let me know your thoughts. I don't know how good a constituency MP she is. 6,000 majority. Well, whether that was a surge to the Labour Party. Birmingham's a very mixed city. Birmingham can't be pinned down as a red city or a blue city or a yellow city. It's always been. I've canvassed in that area, and it's always been a mixed city. But I hope she loses her seat. She deserves to lose her seat because of the divisive nonsense that she's come out with. And just a final point, in case I'm misunderstood this, I don't take issue with Jess Phillips because she has campaigned on women's issues. That's not the problem for me. It's the fact that she's done it by constantly attacking men. You can be a feminist without attacking men. You can campaign on women's issues without attacking men. What Jess Phillips does is turn animosity towards men and try to advocate blatantly sexist ideas. So I've no respect for her. I don't like her, and I hope she loses her seat. Um, if you live in Yardley, let me know your views. Cheers.